So my last video did pretty well and I got a lot of comments about what are the platforms on which you applied on and what are the methods that you are using to apply to all of those remote jobs in such a short amount of time. So I'm going to be very specific in this video and I'm not going to talk about any vague advice like build in public or network more. I'm going to give you three methods and there's one fourth additional one and that is a bit slower and a longer one, so I've kept it at the end. Quick context about me for those who are new to the channel. I'll drop my credentials over here and you can also check my LinkedIn, what I have been doing these days. So let's get into it. Now the first method that I'm going to talk about is cold emailing founders, and this is the by far which gave me the maximum amount of output, and I got like 10 to 15 replies and a lot of them are still going in the pipeline. And what I'm going to tell you is do deep research about that specific company, what they are doing, what they are building, what are their targeted consumers, what are how much they have raised funds, etc., etc. And in that specific email which you are writing to that founder, you need to add a specific value that you can add to their company. Let's say you are really good at backend or you are really good at front end. You need to write that specific thing that I have done this specific thing and I can change or add this value to in your company, right? Because those founders are looking for the emails. Basically, you need to write a specific email which they want to hear, right? They whatever they want to hear in from an employee or a new hire, you need to write that specific thing in your email. Now you might be wondering, where do I find all of these founders emails? So there are a lot of extensions and tools for LinkedIn. Basically, if you have the LinkedIn profile of that specific founder, there are a lot of extensions that can find the emails of those founders. You can do a quick Google search. And if that founder has an open source profile, then a lot of times when they are pushing code to GitHub, they have that email attached to them, and you can check that out as well. How to do that? You can just do a quick ChatGPT search. And so one more thing that you can add to those emails is adding your profile, adding your GitHub, adding your LinkedIn. So if you add all of these credentials in that email, then the founder have specific links to click on. So let's say I have attached one of my best capstone project in that, right? So what the founder would be doing is that they would go to that specific project, try to use it, look at the GitHub, how the readme is written, how many stars are there. So doing all of that gives a wow factor to those founders because they actually want to see real numbers. Let's say there are a lot of users that are using your specific project, or let's say you have created any package and a lot of users or developers are using that specific package. So it creates a wow factor in terms of like what the founders want to see. So the second method is cold DMing founders on LinkedIn, Twitter, Discord, or Telegram, or anywhere else wherever they are active. So a lot of founders are active on Twitter. Whenever you reply to that specific founder, let's say you congratulated on their fundraising post, or you are continuously liking their post, then you can cold DM that specific founder because you are in the eye of that founder, right? So you can just drop a casual, hey, just congratulations for raising funds for this specific thing, and I'm really intrigued about what you guys are building. And you try to have a conversation with them. Or let's say you are just directly saying that I want to get hired at your startup and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And you can post the links of your products that you have built, and you can showcase how many stars your specific project has and what all credentials that you are having and all of that stuff. So the rate of direct applying, there are a lot of jobs on LinkedIn. So when you just continuously hit apply to a lot of jobs, you get like dumped into a huge database of already existing applicants who have applied to those jobs. But if you're directly DMing or cold emailing those founders, you get like 10 to 15% more replies. The third method that I'm going to talk about is job portals. So there are a lot of job portals, like let's say one is Remote OK, one is Well Found, and one is YC Funding Page, right? So a lot of these platforms actually post the listings of the remote jobs that are available in the market right now, because there are a lot of active founders who have raised funds recently, and they post a lot of openings on these specific platforms, especially Well Found. Well Found is a really great platform. This video is not sponsored by them, but I personally used Well Found to get like 1 to 2 replies or interviews as well. And Yeah, so using these platforms, you can apply to them and you can use the above two methods that I've mentioned. Now, there is an additional bonus method that I want you guys to know. That is the open source route. So, for example, let's say you are researching about a specific company for a very long time. Let's say they have funds, they have raised funds in, let's say, June or July, right? Now you have been looking at their post that they have been hiring this engineer and the code is open source. So what you can do is you can just go to their open source repository, do the local setup of the organization, introduce yourself in their Discord, Slack, or Gitter, whatever they're using as an IRC. And once you introduce yourself, just start contributing and help engineers or help whoever the new users are there in that IRC, and keep contributing, keep showing your presence over there. And after a certain amount of time, let's say after 1 or 2 months, what you can do is you can just directly cold DM or cold email the founder and ask them that if they are currently hiring and if they are currently looking for someone in the team. And even if you're not cold DMing them, what happens after a certain point of time is that once you have like around 50 to 100 PRs in that specific repository, they would want to hire you, right? So that's a really traditional open source to remote job route which you can take up. Now, to summarize all of this, you need to cold email a lot of founders and don't use any specific template. Personalize those emails according to whatever the company that is doing. Cold DM a lot of founders on Twitter, Discord, LinkedIn, or Telegram, wherever the place you found. The third one is to apply a lot of jobs on, let's say, Well-Found, Remote OK, or any other YC funding page or any other platform that you find. And the fourth one is the open source route that I actually talked about you guys, which is solving a lot of critical bugs and creating a reputation in that specific open source repository and building a reputation over there. At the end, I just want to say that I'm also in my 4th year of college and I've been learning a lot every single day. And I'm making these videos just to document my journey. I've been going to the gym pretty regularly and learning a lot, applying to jobs a lot, and networking a lot these days. So if you guys found this video helpful, just drop a thumbs up. And if you made till this point of the video, then you know the point that you are a regular viewer of mine and you can join my Discord community. I'll drop a joining link down below. I am going to make a big announcement about that specific community because I'm creating the biggest tech community out there, and I want your support to join that specific community, engage with the community, and network a lot of people. Currently, that Discord has around 1,000 people, and I have not shared even once a link of that Discord on this YouTube channel. That's purely from my Twitter or LinkedIn connections. So, a lot of people who have cracked the GSOC or LFX or are actual founders now. So, I have a lot of connections over there. So, I would love to for you guys to join over there. And yeah, just post all of your doubts, whatever you are having on LinkedIn or Twitter to me. You can just DM me whatever that you want to ask. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.